Hi everyone, Mandy here. Come on, let's take a tour of MJ's Kraze studio. Let's start at this table. This table is over 20 years old. It basically grew up with me. I used to do my school at it. So it has a lot of years of marks on it. Have basically always on the table is my cutting mat, my paper trimmer, and these cubbies holders like for rotary cutters, then my scissors, pens, rulers, and then basically photos and notebooks. Along this wall is one of those brass card carts from IKEA. It holds basically my glues and color mediums, tools. Now let's start with this large wall unit that my dad built over 10 years ago for me. Here I hold my vinyl rolls. The divider section was created from those inserts from ornament boxes. Had quite a few of those left over from some storages boxes I got last year, so I used them for that. Okay, now let's move on to my clear stamps. I have, let's see, identified by washi tape, by theme. So like if I needed something that was love theme, I have them by hearts on here, or like a birthday theme. So it's an easy system and helps use up some of those never-ending rolls of washi tape I'm sure we all have. Please say I'm not the only one. Here I have all my finished greeting cards stored in these photo boxes. Over there is just a box full of patterns that I create for planner covers and notebook covers. Here's where I have my paper patterns for items for MJ's Kraze. This year I finally got an empty cubby from organizing, and so now I use this to hold projects that are in work. So I'm currently making a block calendar, have some layouts here, and need a repair and Christmas decoration. Okay, and this is where I hold all my items for stamping. So I have my coloring markers, embossing stuff, inks. These containers came from Walmart in a pack of 4. Love them. They're sturdy, perfect size for me, and they're clear, so I can find what I need easily. Here I have, this is my stencil album, which I hold all my stencils in. This holds my embossing folders, my manual dies, my machine. And over here just holds little odds and ends like laminating sheets, bags, baskets and jars, beads, paper clips, hodgepodge of items. Up is my paper, one of many paper shelves. This is basically my scrap box, so when the collection gets too low to put back in my paper bins, when there's just no full sheets left, it goes over here. And this is just plain cardstock that's 8.5 by 11, some watercolor paper, my specialty cardstock, which is the mirror, and wood grain goes there. So let's move on to the 12x12 papers. I organize my scrap cardstock by color, and then each color has their own bag, and it goes into one of these cropper hoppers. These are my pattern papers, so each collection gets their own envelope. So as you can see, this is Unforgettable by Cocoa Vanilla Studio, so any paper I have from them from that collection goes in their own bag. The only time I would put multiple collections in one bag is if I only have a couple sheets of that collection. This just holds chipboard stickers and those 12 by 12 sheet stickers. Over here holds some more specialty cardstock like my glitter, watercolor, marker paper, foam for flowers, chipboard, more watercolor paper. This is actually was my first vinyl bag I ever made. It wasn't good enough to sell, so I ended up using it for myself. These containers are from Marshall's, probably got them 15 or more years ago. This holds my stickers. Not really organized. Try to keep like seasonal holidays on one side and then everyday ones on the other side. And this is all my alphabet stickers. A lot of missed letters there. Now over here is where I keep all my die cuts, embellishments, so sequins, trims, doilies. I have a container just for all Christmas embellishments. These again are from the Walmart pack of 4 bins. Love that they stack and they don't slide around. Basically manuals, idea books, workbooks. I use sugar jars to hold twine spools. Love the washi tape container from Hobby Lobby. More ribbon containers. This cubby just holds a mishmash of items like some tools, chalk, traveler's notebooks, foiling machines, laminator. Over here holds the Bloom storage unit from Real Memory Keepers. I loved it when it first came out. Now I'm not that crazy about it. I like clear storage, as you can tell. And so I tend to forget that I have the embellishments in here. Luckily, I don't store many things that I use a lot in there. A box that holds journaling cards. This box was made from a cut file from Cameo. Envelopes, more die cuts. These were for cards I have on my site, so I tend to keep those separate from my personal use stuff. Over here holds papers like 6x6 or the 6x8 pads, and a class kit for coloring, which I still need to finish. Up above holds 8x8 or smaller albums, old scrapbooking magazines that I was published in, old tools, and completed projects that I made, like mini albums, notebooks, etc. That cute little dog basket that has a picture of the late Buster on it holds all my yarn. And this big basket holds all my December daily albums. I think this might be the 15th year I'm going to be making one of those, so need a big box to hold all my albums. Now let's head towards the inventory closet. This was just redone, and I can say I love how it came out. This used to be old kitchen counter. We just redid our kitchen counters, so my dad put the old ones in here for shelves. These crates are great. I got them from Joann's, and now I have everything organized. Stuff in old cardboard boxes. All my fabric. Love that they're organized by theme or so, like all my licensed fabric, leathers, seasonal. It is great. Some more inventory over here. Completely labeled. I do have a couple of my inventoried items and boxes still because the crates were too small to hold them, and these boxes still work, so left them in that. Just actually labeled them now. Second row, more inventory. This is my pet items, basically from here all the way down to that back corner, and some more notebook inventory gift wraps. Now these two big crates basically just hold all my felt and fleece. Boxes, polyfill. These hold my Happy Planner covers that were made. Even though a lot of my items are made to order, I do have quite a bit of inventory that's completely made or basically made up to a point where I just, once the order comes, I'll finish it off by either adding the snaps to them or the stabilizer and the finished stitching. Now up along the top is where I keep bolts of fabric. I only order bolts of it if it's a fabric that goes super fast in my shop, or if it's a solid basically. And this holds basically, I think, just vinyl and some batting and stuff that I use for project pouches, and hopefully soon some bags I'm putting on my site. And another box just holding odds and ends like items to paint, stickers for mailboxes, craft foam, etc. More of those crates. Love that I was able to get this area all cleaned up, because before it was a disaster where basically if you pulled one item you could have a polymer clay rolling pin or bottle of paint land on your head. So it's a lot nicer and safer in here now. Start on this wall. Here is where I hold all my 12 by 12 scrapbook albums. Also holds my die cutting machine and the typewriter. Over here holds some sewing items that I use a lot. Along the window wall is my sewing desk, which this gets used a ton. I love that this tier is on a Lazy Susan, so it's easy to spin to find my items I need. This right here is hold all my shipping stuff for MJ's Kraze.